Gentlemen, every time you fail to take action, you are missing out on an opportunity to improve. So if you don't feel like doing it and you don't do it, you're going to have less reps than somebody who does it despite how he fucking feels. He's going to get more reps in. He's going to get more attempts at goal than you are because you only work when you're feeling good, which in most cases is not going to be very often. I'll be honest. I don't feel great every day, right? I don't feel like myself every single day. There are times I'm tired. There are times I've got loads of things that I need to do. And the idea of working on my business doesn't sound very appealing. But it needs to get done. Because if it does not get done, what happens is there starts to be a gap in between the actions. And when that gap starts to increase, when it goes from 1 day to 2 days to 3 days to 7 days without you uploading a video to 7 days without you going to the gym, now you have an issue. And then getting back into the flow of things will be a lot harder. I mean, a lot of you guys will understand the feeling of being out of the gym for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then going back in. You feel so tired. You feel weak. Especially if you haven't been eating good in that 2 to 3 week period that you were absent from the gym. You're going to feel shattered. If you create content and you were away for 2-3 weeks, you're going to come back not feeling as confident, and perhaps that the message isn't being articulated in the best possible way. You stumble on your words a lot. Now, look, there's nothing wrong with taking a break. That's very different than just letting yourself go and evading action. I went through a period like that myself on YouTube where I was initially enjoying a 2 to 3 day sort of period away from creating content. And then that prolonged into a week, then 2 weeks, then 3 weeks. Then before you know it, I was out of the game for about 3 months. And I remember my thought process in that time was, well, Ali, come back next week. This week doesn't quite feel right to get going again. And in that 3-month period, I could have posted a video that would have propelled my channel to newer heights. So that 3-month window, I missed out on an opportunity to improve because, I make videos all the time. And so in that 3-month period, I could have pumped out, if I make 5 videos a week on YouTube, 60 videos in the span of 3 months. And then of those 60 videos, so many more smaller clips could have been circulated on TikTok, on Instagram, that could have blown up and got 100,000 views, 500,000, right? So me being out of the game for that long prevented my growth, stunted my growth. Now, like I said, big difference between you being somebody who was working hard for so long and wanted a brief break to sort of relax and get back going again. Big difference between having a break and just avoiding action. I knew what started off as a break for me became avoiding action. It became waiting for the right time to start again. And 3 months, I didn't need a 3-month break, I'll tell you that. But that's the thought process of somebody who is avoiding action. You think, well, I've been out for a while. I'm not quite ready yet. Let me start next week. And if you listen to how you feel, if your work ethic is directly correlated to how you feel, you're going to be so inconsistent. Because as I've already mentioned, if you only work when you feel good, that won't be very often. You're not going to have, you're not going to feel like working every single day. You're not going to be upbeat and positive every single day. But even when you don't quite feel like yourself, get it done. Because what that does is it disciplines you. It disciplines you. You control your mind. Your mind doesn't control you. I'm going to say that again. You control your mind. Your mind does not control you. It does not. And for so many people around the world, so many men today, they are being controlled. They are being operated by their minds. So if they feel a little bit sad, they don't do the work. I'm going to have today off. The next day, they still don't feel quite themselves. They don't do the work. The next day after that, the feeling isn't there. They don't do the work. And then what starts off as a 1 or 2 day break away from doing the work ends up becoming 3 months, ends up becoming 6 months. And then you fucking wasted 2025. Just like you did 2024. Just like you did 2023. Just like you did 2022. Time does not slow down. It does not wait for anybody. There's a saying which I love, which is time will either promote you or expose you. Either you will be promoted, you will reap the rewards of your labor because of the effort you've been putting in, or you will be exposed for your lack of effort. Jim Rohn used to say, in 10 years, you will surely arrive. The question is where? The clock is ticking. I want you to remember this. There is somebody out there that is pursuing the same line of work that you are, that is doing the work even when they don't feel like it. So whenever you're sad and upset and you're laying in bed thinking, oh, I just don't feel good today, someone else is getting it done. And you know what? They'll get a result. And guess what that result will do? It will boost the way they feel. It will improve the way they feel. When you get a win, the wins boost your self-esteem, boost your confidence. So many of you guys are upset and are down and depressed because you're not stacking enough W's. You're not stacking enough wins. When was the last genuine W that you could look back at and say, that was a great feeling? When was the last win that you had? Has it been 2 years? Has it been 5 years? Some of you guys are talking about some of the stuff you did in high school. That was 5 years ago now. All right? Or you're talking about an accomplishment you did 7 years ago at one of your jobs. You're talking about history now. That was 7 years ago. What are you doing now? What W's have you collected recently? Right? As men, we need to collect W's, as small as they may be. Oh, I lost 5 kilograms this month. That's a W physically wise, right? If you were fat. I grew my channel by 500 subs. I did this, I did that. Stack those W's. Those W's will help you feel better. Right? Those results will boost your confidence and your self-esteem. So do not stay out of the game. 1 or 2 days, 3 days, a week, if it's a holiday with your family, I get it. You know, Jim Rohn used to say, when you work, work, and when you play, play, don't mix the two. Don't work and play. So I get it. If you want to take some time off, I did that recently. I went to Dubai. But to be fair, I still did the work when I was out there. I did a call for my community members, the top 3%. If you haven't already joined my community, now's the time to do so. Click on the link down in the description below. I talk about how to improve your communication, your confidence, your self-esteem. We host 3 live calls every single week. The members are able to access me at any time through the school messaging service. And also you have a lifetime 50% discount on all of my coaching calls when you are a member of the community. So be sure to join. We've got people worldwide, Mexico, Morocco, Singapore, Germany. So be sure to join us. And on that note, gentlemen, I want to end this video. Stay in the game. Regardless of how you feel, put in the damn work. See you in the next one.